Welcome back to the PGL Major in Krakow. This is our 2017 Major. It's the second one of the year, the 11th in history. Teams now on this day 4 are ending their Swiss group stages. We're right at the end of round number 4. Time to put another team into the quarterfinals before moving on to the last 3 matches of the day in round 5. And this one is a big one for South America, and in particular for Brazil. It's the all-Brazilian derby of Immortals versus SK Gaming. These two have faced each other 8 times already in 2017. SK coming out on top 6-2. They've also got the most informed player in the world right now. Just a casual 96 frags over 3 games that he started with at this tournament. We've changed our men at the panelers once more. We welcome back Natu and Fiflaren to the desk. In all honesty, this should be a Samba kind of game. We should be enjoying this one.
It's whenever you match up any team, right, that's from the same country, it's always going to be a brawl, and especially with Immortals winning their last LAN game as well. I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, and maps don't really matter.
Less so in this kind of matchup. Yeah. Always, you know, they face each other on across the board basically. Nuke being the only one, you know, they hadn't played each other on. I guess, you know, the surprise factor here is how Immortals did beat SK at DreamHack Summer in a game where they were actually, you know, they had a massive T-half and they were doing really good decision making, catching SK off guard, winning like the 2-on-3 after plan situations, the kind of stuff you're going to normally see from SK. So they were actually beating them in their own game in a lot of parts too. So that obviously adds a bit of a twist to it, but it's a different ball game now. We're at a major.
Absolutely.
Little brother versus big brother kind of a scenario, always very interesting in this kind of a massive tournament.
Yeah. Now let's start taking a look at SK's lineup as we run down the roll of honour of these big name players. 4 of them, of course, double champions here at the major, and it's just a star-studded lineup all the way through. I mean, we talked about coldzera because he's got 96 kills in 3 games. It's the highest ever of the major for the opening 3 games. But outside of that, there is still plenty of firepower left in the team.
Paul,
you can't just focus on him.
Paul, we could spend an entire segment just, you know, on an individual player on this team. Anyone, you can pick anyone out of them. But I think Fer is someone that needs to be mentioned as well. A lot of players call him one of the, you know, trickiest to play against if you wanna be nice about it. And yeah, he doesn't have an knack, you know, finding the gaps and being really good, just being in your skin all the time. It's super annoying to play against. And Phelps here, you know, he's slowly getting integrated into this team really well. So yeah, this lineup is it's ridiculous. But I think it's more than just about the individuals. I think it's just the way they manage to do so many things so many times and so consistently the right manner. Which is, I think, is the most mind-boggling thing about this team. It's like there's like this different level of communication that they've managed to build around this team. Obviously, the core of this lineup has been together for such a long period of time, so it comes naturally. You know, we've all been there. You've been there with NIP, having played with them for a long time. I've been there with the teams that I played with for a long time. That you kind of get used to what your teammates are doing in certain situations. That you don't even have to say a lot of the things that just happen because you know exactly how they're going to unfold.
Yeah, it's a great point, and I was going to talk to you, Robin, because I remember there was an event. I can't remember where we were, but I stood behind you guys watching you play a match that I wasn't casting at the time, and what struck me was that you went 3 rounds and no one said a word. And I was just like, what? How do they do that? How do they know what they're doing in the game? And these guys have got that kind of psychic link between them. They seem very calm. They're not kind of like the flamboyancy that we usually see from Brazilians, particularly from Immortals, funnily enough. They are emotional, they are up in the air, they are jumping and screaming and shouting, and that's what works for them. But Fallen's made this a much calmer team.
Well, I think it also depends on playstyle, right? Because when you look at Fallen and when you look at the all-time great in-game leaders, he has a very loose style kind of calling, which it doesn't necessarily impact him too much when even during the game, right? That's why he's also very, very deadly opper. And then you don't have to necessarily talk too much, especially when it's round where it's like you all know what you're doing. It might just be in the beginning call. I think the ones you're referring to was probably when Exist was just like, oh, let's just do a default, right? And then you know your spots. You get a kill, it's like, okay, one that here, one that here. There's not a whole lot else that needs to be said. It's better that the comms are then quiet then, so you get the information out. And SK kind of runs the same kind of mentality on their T sides, where you just spread out, get some kills, help each other, you know where you are, and then maybe mid-round I might say something else, right? But it should be very minimalistic kind of talking, just so you make sure that you get all the info possible. But then on the flip side, you have Immortals, but they're also a little bit, you know, they're not also that strat heavy, but they go the other way around. It's like as much information as possible so we can do this quick decision making, whether or not it be loud or it be quiet. At the end of the day, I mean, the results are essentially the same, right? You're going to be working together. You're going to run that default. You're going to help each other and then execute. But they just do it a little bit louder.
The contrast, of course, is Immortals. They are both Brazilian teams, both sets of Brazilian teams, but you couldn't find two more different teams in the way they react at the moment. I mean, they've been criticised in the past for having too much emotion and being too vocal and too loud. In fact, they were warned at the offline qualifier for just being too over the top. They don't want to take away from that because it kind of degrades what they're good at as well, doesn't it? They kind of need to be like that.
Yeah, definitely. When you are flamboyant, you're aggressive, you like to play those kind of plays, it does feed to it, certainly. But there's moments in where you see from them when it comes to, like, on a map like Ash, for example, you want to contest, maybe take over A halls, or you want to contest middle, for example, that they kind of just lack certain coordination in terms of not everyone exactly knowing what's going to happen. It more just unfolds, in
well, we heard still say that in his interview. We kind of sometimes just go off and do our own thing.
But we saw earlier in this tournament that they actually look much more coordinated in a lot of situations. Everything seemed very calculated, similar to what they had against SK in the match I was mentioning about from DreamHack Summer, where they were the ones actually making a lot of good decision making. But in this kind of a game where it is for a Legends spot, remember, this is a big game. Can they keep that composure? If they let their emotions drive them, I think they will be in a lot of trouble. So it's a very, very fine line.
Do you think, Robin, that they've got over the hump that was originally the problem they had? Was that, oh my God, we're playing the SK, we're playing the Legends, with the guys that we adore and we've worshipped for many years and have helped us get out of our own country and move to somewhere else to practice. But there was a reverence there for them. They almost felt intimidated, I would guess, in game at least. Friends outside, but intimidated internally because of the legendary status. They've beaten them twice this year, so that surely is gone now. They won't have that same kind of wall to climb over.
No, definitely not. The one thing that I would say is the wall they have to climb over now is when you have SK already winning 2 majors, just super experienced even when it comes to the big stages, and then you have Immortals, which that experience isn't really there, right? So what I would say is I don't think they're necessarily scared of playing SK, but I think that the nerves will hit them a little bit when we're talking about a playoff spot here. And but then it also depends. Like yesterday, I was worried about their nerves because Henny, for example, on day 1 wasn't really showing up too much, and then I associated that with nerves. But then versus Navi yesterday, he was just on fire. I thought they were playing great Counter-Strike, and if they can transition that yesterday to today, I think we're not going to see any nerves. I think we're just going to see some really, really good Counter-Strike. We're not going to see any execute heavy strats coming from Immortals. It's just going to be like, hey, we are also very good individually, and we're going to show it to you.
Agree?
Yeah, no, I mean, for me in this team, it's for them to understand that there's moments in time when you have to retreat as well, because they are very much, let's go forward and take the fight because we will like that, right? But you kind of have to be smart about it. If sometimes you need to go for that kind of a retake style of playing a certain bomb site on a, or leave the room and then recompose yourself once again, think it through before you execute anything going on. That's where kind of they need to be feeling the game, having been in the right zone in this kind of a match is very important.
Yeah, Still mentioned that before, that sometimes they've got this tendency to kind of get a kill and think, I can go and hunt for a bit more. Whereas you see the other teams, they're much smarter about it. They're a bit more methodical, thinking it through, like, I'm kind of putting my team in risk here. Yeah. These guys have no fear. But at the same time, again, you don't want to curb that too much, do you?
Well, you're kind of playing the odds there, right? Because, on the one hand, maybe you do get the initial kill, and then you go on, and maybe you get the whole bomb site. Yeah, that could happen. But odds will probably tell you, probably not. So then you want to fall back. You want to make sure you do it together. You want to work together. So even if you do end up executing on that bomb site, you at least maybe you do end up going down, but you have that extra person there to revenge frag you, and then you still have the bomb site. Maybe you lost a man or two, but you get the bomb done, and then it's just about after plants.
That coffee's probably a little bit too hot. It needs to cool down.
Not too much coffee, though.
Yeah, don't be burning it.
It also brings out the jitters easily,
We're just waiting for the teams to get into the lobby right now, by the way.
On Immortals' behalf, because we're looking at SK coming into this tournament, we're just like, they look unbeatable. They're just so much firepower on this team. Massive favorites to win this major, especially now when FaZe is out. Astralis seem to be struggling, even though they have played a really good game today. I mean, SK played Astralis yesterday and 2 days ago, and it was 16-8, and it was just a massive stomp, right? Whereas, but then we saw yesterday versus Big, and they do bleed. And that's the thing. They played 3 Inferno maps.
They are human.
They are definitely human, right? So, and that's a good sign, because coming into it, like you're saying, I mean, if you look at Coldzera, you're like, how can we win? When this player is just running around, getting 30 kills a half, essentially. Like, was it 96? I think it was 97.
He's
kills, right?
96 so far from the
over
first
3 maps, right?
Yeah. So far,
Cheeto's
gone pretty much the same route they did before. When the last time they met, Immortals banning Mirage and Nuke, banning Mirage and Train this time around, and leaving Nuke open for SK to be banned. And then if they don't, they utilize that for the last ban.
That's kind of smart. And we'll go to Overpass.
Yeah, it always kind of seemed like it's going to be down to Cash and Overpass as it turned out to be. And we saw Immortals play a pretty good Overpass earlier against Na'Vi. For sure, they were good at changing their game plan once they noticed that they had a lot of struggling against Simple and Guardian towards the A-bomb side, playing really well aggressively. So they kind of shifted their focus towards sewers, having some really good B hits, and really keeping their opposition on toes on that part of the map.
They also have a win on Overpass over SK this year. It wasn't the ECS, it was North America, obviously, online, and it was in overtime. So presumably they're both quite comfortable with this.
No, Immortals have played Overpass twice this tournament so far. They lost barely versus Astralis in overtime. And I think T-side, that was something we were discussing yesterday versus Na'Vi for Immortals, that they're going to have to find a way there because Na'Vi's CT side tends to be really good, and that's something that they definitely need to be very about here versus SK as well with the double op setup. No, but I think that I really like this this map coming in here for both teams. I think we're in for a brawl.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot just very quickly before we go over to the castle because I'm hearing the players are getting themselves ready. Which way is this going?
It's going SK's way.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think SK's got this as well, just because of pure experience and just the mood that Coldzera is in today. I'm sure he's angry of the loss yesterday. So
angry that only got 28 kills yesterday, presumably, and wants to get over 30 today. Let's get to it then. Let's go over to the commentators for SK versus Immortals. Reminder for you, winner goes to the quarterfinals. Loser is not done, though. They will have one more shot at getting through.
One more shot indeed, but it's going to be a very challenging round 5. We've talked about it extensively already. In this game, Brazilians. In this game, no Swedes.
Sure.
Brazilians, Immortals, trying to get into a major forever, are here and have a chance to beat SK and put them in an awkward position and make it into the legendary spots.
Yeah, it's always a great game when these two go toe-to-toe, as the guys kind of described. The underdog Brazilian team who've looked up to SK for so many years, the likes of Fallen, for example, of course, he's like the dad of Brazilian CS, if you like, as well. Definitely have the potential to beat SK. If Big can do it, certainly SK can as well. It's Overpass, which makes things problematic, but we cast them at the major qualifier. We saw them a few times do very well on this map, especially the likes of KNG. I thought he was amazing on this particular map. I thought he was very, very good indeed. Henny as well, the double orbs setup they've got potentially coming out on this map could be quite prevalent. They could be going toe-to-toe with Fallen. Who knows? But
Fur's going to 1v5 them.
He's going to do it. He's fine. He's pretty good.
He's all right. I think Phelps is there with him. That'll help. To go to your point, I mean, KNG does look very good on this map and did against Na'Vi as well. Little last-minute refreshment. But this is, nothing wrong with that. Wouldn't mind one myself. Remove the hat, get ready to roll. But this is an opportunity for Immortals. You can't not qualify for the majors if you are a legend, right? That's one way to get over those problems. Just become a legend and you're in the next one no matter what.
It's a difficult system to get through. Not making the playoffs and you're having to go for that major qualifier again. It's even harder, of course, to come through the minor, like the likes of Big did, and they came from the minor to the qualifier, to the major, to the playoffs. That's the kind of sick route for them. It's not that common that actually comes through. It's crazy to see that. But Immortals, they'll have to do the same thing here if they want to make it to playoffs. They've got another lifeline, like Paul said. This isn't the end of the run, but they do go down to that scary bracket where Virtus Pro are currently waiting for them as well.
Yes.
2-2, the final round. Number 5, always a very scary prospect. And I will say, Bolts, for me especially, he's been phenomenal in the last few months for this team. He was actually within the Luminosity lineup with the likes of Fallen and everything. Was taken out, taken towards Immortals, and he's just got better and better as a player. He seems to have developed in-game leading for them as well, looking fantastic generally. I think he is a solid unit in the Brazilian scene, and he's could actually cause a lot of damage here.
Could cause a ton of damage. It's never easy, as they mentioned as well in the desk, playing against someone from your own country. You know each other so well, and there's probably never a truer statement than these two particular teams. A lot of the Immortals players have played with Fallen, Bolts and Steel, with Fur and Fallen. Not so much with Cold. I think they were on the. Actually, they did play with Cold. Cold came in just before. They were on the way out when FNX and Taco came in. So yeah, I mean, the core of the team has played on the other side. It's pretty remarkable that they still find so much depth. It's another one of those stories when you look at so many teams that are kind of the remnants of others and make it work. In this case, the Brazilian scene obviously has some depth with these 10 players, and we know there's other guys around. FNX obviously no longer on either of these teams. Unknown where exactly.
He's into
He'll
the
end
abyss
up.
now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, interesting there. Interesting thought if you go back and watch his Valve player profile and let those words sink in while you think about the current situation.
Yeah.
But the other one, I mean, Showtime had his issues, obviously, during a stand-in time with SK.
Sure.
But there's all kinds of guys coming up. Even Cello that we saw at the minor looked very promising.
He was. That's why we always say the minors are so interesting. So even the teams that don't get through, it's a great showcase platform for these lesser players to come through and show us what they could do. It's that team from Team Pain, correct? Right? He came through and actually looked pretty tremendous. I would say there's lots of talent available in that Brazilian scene. It's nuts how many.
Luminosity as well, keep in mind, has another Brazilian roster now, the third team that's trying to make it in North America. So there's tons.
Very exciting for them. But this is the best matchup we can have in Brazil, I think. The two Brazilian teams, number 1 and number 2, going at it. We'll collect the phones, it seems. We'll be underway momentarily. It will be SK starting on the CT side, which is definitely more favoured. I will say I do think SK are going to win this hands down. But Immortals, like we said, they're very flamboyant side, very passionate. They've said in their interviews recently, they're trying to calm down in terms of the emotional approach. They don't want to get too invested in it, get too fired up. It can lead to disaster, I guess. Like you have the very crazy highs and then the horrible lows as well. They need to find a good middle ground because, sure, if they're winning rounds, they look fantastic. They have that amazing playstyle. But if it starts going horribly wrong, they seem to go very quiet and they can't recover from it. So I feel like you just need to find the best of both worlds in that respect. Sure, get pumped up when you're winning decent rounds, but don't go overboard. Don't start falling off your chair and scream at the roof of the building, you know. It's nice to see. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah,
But,
no, for sure. But I mean, considering the celebration that they had at the minor, or at the qualifier.
That one was justified for sure. Like considering they missed out on 4 majors, you know, and they actually happened. It was quite beautiful to see how they kind of all came together. They've always said that they're a family instead of a team, you know, working together.
It's
and the
just so
objectives.
adorable.
Zach as well.
It would be worth celebrating to get a legend spot. SK on the other hand, have to be full force and full focus ahead. Na'Vi out, FaZe out. Number of others, but those two teams can almost be a threat, even though Na'Vi's clearly had struggles as of late. Virtus Pro, Fnatic, they all wait in the 2-2 division. SK's got to look at this as getting into the playoffs as a chance to win a third major. Absolutely.
Are SK your favorite for the major?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think if they could escape this, what seems to be endless group of death, that's what I'm calling the Swiss system at this point. Then yeah, I think once we get to the playoffs, they're the team I lean toward. Obviously, Astralis being the other that's left over. G2, you might get something from them.
Yeah, you never know, do you? Like they can have fantastic days of tournaments. I don't think this sort of tournament format suits their place. I like 1 map a day. I feel like they need to warm up into games. Like they need to get a feel for it and kind of work their way into the tournament. Like just playing 1 map doesn't seem great for them. Like today, pretty disastrous overall. Like they couldn't really find their footing whatsoever.
The other interesting team just to note as well for me is if they can get the form they had in Cologne in the playoffs, would be Cloud9 maybe could have a semi-final berth.
Yeah, I was going to say to win the major.
I don't think win the major, but to have a semi-final berth could be interesting.
Possible. Yeah, absolutely.
If they get through the group, again, we still don't know that.
You've got Stu and Automatic and now nothing playing like that. Like they've definitely got a chance to make a semi-final for sure. Looking very good.
We'll find out. They still have to play tonight as well.
Yeah, this is the 6th game of the day. You know this system a bit better than I do. So we've got 3 games coming up to decide the 2-2, right? And it's going to be reseeded after this game,
They
correct?
will reseed. Now, there is some interesting things. You're not supposed to be able to play anyone twice. Fnatic, I think, is... Oh, I'd have to look. I won't get into who can play who and who can't until they do the draw. But yeah, basically after this game, they redraw the matches for everyone who still survives with 2 wins and 2 losses. And the winners go in and the losers go home. That'll be the remaining playoff spots fought out. So Dan and James will bring you all of that action.
Oh, they will. It's going to be the most exciting part of the group stages for sure. Big names.
It's do or die time.
Do or die. A lot of heartbreak, falling at the final hurdle after playing 5 maps. It's always a crushing way to exit the tournament. So I assume the phones are still there. Maybe some Steam login issues. I'm not sure. We've got 1 player not on the server for Immortals. That's SK look pumped up, ready to go. Bit of a, I guess, disappointing generally. Resolving for them yesterday, like no one would have thought they would have lost to a big. I had to big. That's amazing for them to go 3-0, but I don't think anyone would have called that. I don't think any analyst in the world would have come into that game saying, "Yeah, big will probably win this one." It's just not a call you can make. It's always great to see upsets at tournaments, but To that level, I'm not so sure. That's probably one of the biggest upsets we've had this year.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, at the major, to go 3-0, you beat FaZe and SK in a run. You didn't get an easy run to the playoffs or anything.
No, it's true.
Managed to take down some of the heaviest hitters we have.
And 2 Danish teams already making their way in. Penta and mousesports, unfortunately, have left us. Mousesports is an interesting one because I would have thought they could have done some damage in the group maybe. Don't know if I would have picked them as a top 8 team, but they've been steadily improving without Nico. Truthfully, they actually outplaced Nico at this event. 1 win is better than none. Navi gone, as we mentioned. So the teams left over in the 2-2 or G2. Now, I know they've mentioned it before, but if you weren't following at the time, G2, Flipside, Fnatic, Cloud9, Virtus Pro in either SK or Immortals, which we're about to find out. Flipside could be a threat in that.
It's nuts to think that's still a possibility, isn't it? There's a part of me that doesn't believe anymore, but they keep showing up at this tournament somehow. It's crazy. But we'll find out. Flip side, who would have thought?
Yeah, and that would be a reverse sweep for them. They were 0-2.
Yeah.
And they knocked out FaZe, and that's lifted them as they had a comeback today as well. They were down 12-3, I think, at one point to Penta, and lifted them up to the 2-2 bracket. So
yeah, Waylander had a game from what I heard.
Yeah, it sounds that way. So they'll be all confidence going into what will be the deciders. And again, who they get will determine a lot. I think Fnatic has already played Flipside, so I don't think they can go head-to-head. But again, I won't get into too much of that without looking at how it all lines up.
Imagine if SK loses this game, we get SK G2.
Oh,
that could be quite fun.
Heartbreaking as well.
That's at least one of those teams.
We certainly could. I mean, we could still get Virtus Pro G2.
Yeah, that would be a great game, actually. I'd love to see that. I wouldn't mind that one. Just to really test VP. If you want to make it to playoff, you got to take down one of the huge names there. After going 2-0 as well, for them to go out 2-3 would be shocking, wouldn't it? This is their home turf, and Poland once again, they need to be at that playoff. Everyone wants them there just to hear the energy in the room. If that happens, all the VP shirts, the sea of them, on that first day of the playoff on Friday. We'll see if it happens. The drama will unfold after this game. We've got 3 more to come. But for now, SK Gaming versus Immortals, the Brazilian derby. Number 1 team in the world, SK right now, up against the underdogs, the plucky Immortals, the family. Having a meeting right now. We'll huddle over there, trying to work out how they're going to take down their arch rivals. We'll see what happens. As we said, Henny, very flamboyant AWPer. Same story for KNG as well, but he's also a very proficient rifler. Henny's certainly the main AWPer still. But they'll get onto that double AWP as soon as they possibly can. And KNG showed us some amazing performances on this map, in particular the qualifier.
So VP G2 could actually be a thing because the chances are more likely in the fact that Fnatic has played Virtus Pro as well. So they shouldn't meet because of that. So Fnatic has played Flipside. Of the people that will be in the deciding round, they have played Flipside and they have played Virtus Pro already. So so who would, I'm just trying to pick, I guess we can read into it all you like. It's still RNG, but there's perhaps Fnatic gets G2 or it forces another heavy hand that direction. There'll definitely be a very high impact matchup in the
it's going to be
decided. Yeah. The interesting thing as well is G2, like I said, could be an outside chance. They would be, of all the teams, I would say the most likely challenger team to ever win a major.
Yeah.
You would think. I mean, well, let's not discount Big after the way they've been playing. That would be incredible.
If they won the major, I just won't have words.
What a story that would be. I'd retire instantly. I'd just be like, peace out, God B, I'm out.
You win.
Yeah. Drop the mic. Speaking of mic, I'm thinking there might be a sound issue. Currently, they are going to get into the server. Yeah, hanging out. But the scrum comes in. Lots of talk from, I don't know if that's Henny or that's Lucas.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell.
I never can. I've got to start identifying their tattoos, I think.
That's a good one. I think one of them has got the nose ring as well. That's one.
That's probably a good point. Yep. I'm sure everyone in Twitch chat knows.
Oh, yeah.
I know the difference because one carries an AWP and the other one doesn't.
That's Good. Yeah, you look at that in real life and see if you can work it out.
Exactly.
As they're still giving the last few words of encouragement. Okay, so it looks like there is an admin looking a bit confused at the moment, so I assume that's a problem with a PC.
You'd expect so. Well, either way, they're talking it over. They're going to pump themselves up. Get ready. It is Henny, obviously, now that you see the shirt. Henny looks to be slightly taller, perhaps. Maybe that's a way to do it. He's got the longer hair. Okay, I'm starting to work on it. And they've taken my chance away.
It's called Zera. Probably the MVP of the entire tournament so far.
Absolutely, no questions.
Individual performances, 35 frags per map in the first two, and 28 yesterday. I think like got the 98. I didn't break that century.
Maybe it wasn't 20. I think he was around that. I think they said he has 94 frags. I'm just trying to do the math on that. That'd be 24. That doesn't add up. But yeah, he's been incredible. He almost hit 100 kills in 3 maps at a major.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. His first two showing as well. Bailed them out a couple of times. Didn't have the cleanest of performances against Penta. Almost lost to them. 10-0 up. Against a team like Penta, you'd think SK, yeah, you'd probably turn the stream off. You'd be like, yep, this one's done. You'd be like, yep, there's no chance there's going to be a comeback here. Oh, tune back in. Half an hour later, it's 13-13. What on God's name's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, the Penta game was a shock.
But that's when Cold Zero went wild to keep them alive. Some huge clutches, multiple frags on the T side of the AK-47. Just looked absolutely sick.
Fallen, getting adjusted, get his mouse bungee set up. Get ready to jump in. Fur has been another player that, although cold in this event, has stolen most of the highlights. But another player that as of late, since they've sort of rebuilt this lineup with Phelps on board, that has gone back to more of his old self, has had very high impact, playing very aggressive. And he is, with Fallen, one of the 2 original members of this roster from the Kaboom days when they showed up at X Games. Back then they had ZQK and obviously Steel and Bolts. Which there's another one, by the way, ZQK.
Yeah.
That's actually just recently subbed in for Misfits at the minor.
That's right. I forgot that even happened. You're correct. It's all very difficult to keep up with, isn't it?
Yeah. Peacekeeper was coaching and brought him in. Insert Brazilian here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to become a coach and just keep subbing in Canadian players.
Yeah, so you get a 5-man unit.
Exactly.
Best way to do it. So we have a custom resolution for bolts, which is a thing you have to set up through the NVIDIA drivers. There is a funny resolution all the some pro players use. They seem to think is that the godlike res. I can't remember what it is. It's like a hybrid between widescreen and 4x3. So you get the 4x3 feeling in a widescreen setup, I think. So they're trying to work that one out, and for some reason it's not working out for us. So we're gonna have to work on it a little bit further. So the admins there scratching their heads trying to get it there. Presumably Bolt should know how to set it up, but maybe there's something.
Yeah, you'd think so. But yeah, it could be a little more in depth.
Custom resolution. That's the new one. That was the reason for a delay.
Yep. Got to have things perfect, obviously, at these events. Makes sense.
For sure. Such a big game as well. In the Derby, you want to feel comfortable.
You would have thought as well that they would have swapped over potentially the SSD from his practice area, but...
Well, they would have done, but it goes in the new machine, right?
Right,
so
of course.
They could have been posting a black screen. They can't get to Windows. That could be the problem. I used to do this for a living. This is the kind of stuff you can't really do much about. It's like that resolution problem from one PC to another. It would just post a black screen. You wouldn't even be able to get to Windows.
Yeah.
So you've got to work out.
You'd have to pull it back out, go back to the original machine, set it, go over to the other, put it in, and then reset it.
Exactly. So that's probably what they're doing now, I'd imagine. But
yeah, unfortunately, didn't think that one through ahead of time. Bolts as well, like you said. Probably seen this before. Some events they switch the whole unit, but it's more common they switch just the SSD. They're quite quick and convenient these days. No moving parts.
Indeed, that helps. Chuck them in a box, no problem at all. This is fascinating for what we're using right now. Let's find an interesting topic. So, delay coming in. SK Gaming versus Immortals. Matt, I need you to help me here.
Yes, I've got you. I've got anything you need.
Is that what you're offer right now?
Yeah.
Okay, get us a topic. What's an interesting conversation?
Well, there's many, Henry. You could say that one of the interesting conversations would be this game, but we've talked about that one.
Every single.
I'm trying to think of something while we do this.
Okay.
I think there's lots of topics that are going to come out after this event that people will look back at. Obviously, the bug will be one thing that's addressed. Do we see Dust 2 again potentially? Is that ready? There's been no hints. Valve has been sitting in their green room, but they're keeping their mouth sealed.
Like, you can't leave Dust 2 out of the map pool forever, right? It's still going to be coming at some point. Like all the other maps, they got removed. Nuke, Inferno, Train to some extent as well. I was going for his revamp. Yeah, it's going to come back. It's probably the poster boy in terms of maps for CS in general. Everyone, if you're going to play CS in a public server, you play Dust 2. Like, that's what you're going to do. So we'll be coming back, I'm sure, eventually. Like normally after a major, that's when they kind of shuffle. We'll see the team shuffle players, and we'll see a map potentially be removed. That's a conversation we can have. If you were going to remove one map from the pool at this point, let's say Dust 2's ready to come back.
I was going to go to that one, but we've done it a few times.
Let's do it now. It's fine. Just as a segue from that conversation.
All right.
What would you take away?
It's toughy, you know. Part of me says Nuke still. It still seems kind of cluttered to me. Part of me says Cobblestone because the CTs just can't do much to get information. So part of me also says that you could even look at removing. Well, no, I think that's probably. I was gonna say Overpass, but I think that Overpass I actually like because the CTs can do so much. So I'd say it's Cobblestone or Nuke for me.
Well, I share your sentiments, and for now we've done a good job filling, but we've got a lovely video of Parlour again with the SK boys.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Skins, a series here at the PGL Major where we will be looking behind the ink of our Counter-Strike professional players. Right now, I am joined by coldzera and Fallen. Guys, how's it going?
Good, and you?
Yeah, dude, I'm happy to be here. We have a particular individual here who's got some pretty interesting artwork on his body. Cold, when did you get your first tattoo?
My first tattoo is here on the show.
Yeah, of course.
So,
of course.
This one is my mom and my father's birthday. So in the beginning, I told my mom, so Mom, can I make one tattoo? And she told me, yes, you can, but
only
look at
one
now.
song.
Only
but
one.
Look at now, yeah. So, but she don't like it, but it was bad.
And so, what about now that your whole right arm is almost covered? Is she more supportive of the tattoos?
In particular, she don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she hate.
She
yeah,
still
my
doesn't like
father
them.
hates too, yeah. But, you know, I just have...
His body, his rules. Yeah, that's what they say.
Fallen, which is your favorite tattoo of Marcelo's?
Marcelo. This one is pretty cool, right? No? Oh!
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Yeah, man. That one is pretty nuts, but this one has a lot of the meaning of it. We won a major because of that AWP, so
Yeah.
it has to feel something, right?
Of course. I mean, I think we should let Marcelo tell the story, but if you weren't aware, it was at the Columbus Major, right? He made a pretty amazing play, and you can take the story from there. It is your tattoo after all.
So, we are losing.
56.
59.
6, I guess.
6? No,
Nine,
50,
nine, nine.
And this was
59.
against Liquid, right?
Yeah, against Liquid. On Mirage, I hit by IWP without Kevlar. So, but I say, I should buy. So I buy.
Did you support this decision, by the way, when he bought the AWP without the armor?
Bro, when we almost lose, we did do crazy
YOLO,
things. Yeah,
okay,
YOLO things,
cool.
you know? I buy a IWP, so I kill the first one, guy on XB, and I jump and kill 2 guys in 1 bullet. So it's lucky, but it's kill.
It was an amazing play, like the reaction. What were you guys thinking? Did you know as it happened, like
Bro,
exactly what he did?
when I do this, I just, you know, just...
He said, I guess, something like, you guys have no idea what just happened, but it happened, so we're gonna win this match.
And my team say, okay, shut up, let's play.
All right, let's go for the next one then. Okay, we knew that the crowd went hand, but we didn't know what was actually happening. We saw there was a double shot, and double shots are normally good as it is, but the way it was after we watched it, we were like, Jesus, this was something from the both of us.
The ground there is cold. Oh, what? A jumping double from Cold! What is going on right now? How does he do this?
After that play was made, Valve, they have a tradition where, well, at this point they do, where if a huge play is made, they'll kind of put a little token or like a little message in game to represent that. Marcelo, that is exactly what you have on your arm. And so maybe run us through exactly what the tattoo is and the little details of it.
Yeah, so Valve put this on the closest wall to where the play happened. And there's a AWP with wings, which means he was jumping. I think it's kind of...
Indeed.
And then there's 4 small skulls on the top of it, which is 1 skull for each kill he got. Because he not only got the double kill, but he killed 1 before and 1 after as well. We thought it was a great play and saved our ass in the major.
Is it your favorite tattoo that you have, Cold?
Yeah, it's my favorite one because it's a special one. It's important for me.
Yeah, well, it is very special, but you also have some other amazing pieces on your arm. I would like to talk about this one, because I know that has a pretty special meaning as well. Maybe you could talk a bit about the arrow.
So the arrow, it's a symbol of family. Me, Camila, Ricardo, Zeus, and FNX have it. So the other players don't have because they don't like tattoos, but
We have it, it's right here.
Yeah. I remember at Cologne...
I think when we do this, he take a pen and he take
Oh, yeah? Are you going to do it? Fallen at some... When are you going to get inked up?
You know, my body, my rules. I like tattoos, but I just never wanted to have
Look
one.
at this, Palinha.
Yeah, I have too much hair on my arms, I guess.
I think I could get away... No, talking about that, do you remember at Cologne last year, you and FNX at the after party, you were like, Parla, you need to get the arrow. And I was like, well, I'll think about it.
You
And
don't have one as well?
They tried to get me to get it
never
last
did
year. It's still in the works. It's
Maybe
in the
we'll
works.
do one together then. You never
That
know.
would be a good video. We'll see. We'll figure it out. And so, what about this just below your shoulder, like on your tricep? Is it like a wolf or a lion?
Yeah, it's a wolf. So wolf.
It's Jacob from the series.
What, from Twilight?
I'm kidding.
It's a symbol of confidence and knowledge.
So basically, this represents Fallen.
Yeah,
What?
this represents fallen.
Knowledge.
It's smart.
Knowledge,
Yeah.
Oh, that one is pretty cool. It's a phrase in Portuguese. Força para lutar, fé para vencer. It means strength to fight, faith to win.
Okay, I like that. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And then I guess the final bits here at the bottom, was this more just kind of like you wanted something that you liked the look of, or do these have meaning as well?
This is a breath of love. So I need love in my life, man.
Oh, well, I'm sure love will come soon if you've not had it already. I don't know. You're a great guy. You've got family, familial
Thank you,
love,
brother.
and so, yeah. And then finally, then what about this one and the flower?
So this one, it's like a fade. The cross.
Ah, yes, you
is
have a cross
because I
there as
believe
well.
much in God.
Mm-hmm.
So these eyes, called eyes of Horus. So
It's the Egyptian eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so symbolize. Let me remember. Confidence, believe in yourself, because I believe much in me. Veni Vidi Vici.
Please don't quote me on that if I'm wrong, but I think it's I came, I thought, I conquered. Yeah.
So I won, something like that.
Talking about believe in yourself, something that I think is awesome about Marcelo is that he essentially just used to be a fan. He has a picture from, 2008? 2011, with Gabriel and Lincoln FNX, and you're in between them, like, or next to them, and you're smiling, and you're next to 5, 6, 7 years later, you're on a team with
Carrying
both
us.
of them, and now still with...
Life is fun.
Yeah, like how was this whole process for you from going from a position like that to where you are now?
When I was playing 1.6, I was watching much them playing on Magic,
Magic, yeah.
and I love playing when I'm really young. So I still trying to go to the scene. So when the Valve works in CSGO, my friends say, "Oh, I think you have a future. You need to try to play more and more and more." So I was practicing really hard, and here we go.
Yeah, well, it seems to have turned out very well. Marcelo, thank you so much. You have some wonderful artwork on you, and you are a fantastic player in game. Fallen, thank you for being here.
Thanks for not having a single tattoo. So we can
No,
talk
but
about
your
it.
opinion, as always, much appreciated. And so, best of luck at the tournament.
Thank you.
Are you feeling good? Feeling ready to go?
Yeah, the feeling is always the same. We feel prepared. We have been practicing hard before these tournaments. pretty convincing wins on the last 3 tournaments, but what you did in the past doesn't matter in the future, so it's another new tournament. We have to do everything we can to win this one.
All right, guys, best of luck, and thank you once again.
Thanks, Paul.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Skins, our series here at the PGL Kraków Major, where we look behind the ink of our CSGO professional players. I'm joined right now by 2 of the guys from FaZe, Rain and Kirishima. Guys, how's it going?
All right.
Yeah, final media day today. How's the practice been? How has your arrival been in Poland?
So far it's been pretty okay, I guess. Some pieces issues that we fixed, or it's gonna get fixed, but other than that, it's fine.
Okay, Kyo, you happy? Looking forward to the major?
Yeah, obviously. It's like the biggest tournament in the year, so obviously I'm really happy to be here and excited.
Awesome. And so, yeah, we're here right now to talk about tattoos. Both of you, you have 1, right, Kyo? And Rain, you have how many?
4.
4. Okay, cool. Well, let's start with you and the piece closest to me, this one on your arm. Can we see it and and run us through it, the story?
It's not that big of a story. It's a koi fish. It's like a reminder of my family and stuff. Just that's what I got it for.
And so why a koi fish for your family?
I don't know. It's just something I looked up and stuff. I just looked up my family stuff, and I have the same. This is like a lighthouse, Japanese lighthouse, with my siblings' letter like tattooed in it. That's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of like into the Japanese art then?
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And then you also have family tattooed on your wrist?
Familia.
Familiar. So you're all about the family?
Yes.
Family guy Rain.
This arm is the family arm.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. So what about FaZe as a family? How are you guys functioning at the moment and the dynamic in the team?
I would say it's pretty good. Every team has their off moments, but right now we're ready for the major.
And Kyo, what about you? You have a tattoo. I can't remember, you got it like a year and a half ago, was it?
Yeah, kind of 2 years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. I remember when it popped up. And so where is it and what does it say?
Say be the best you can be. I mean, you just say what it is.
Yeah, exactly, quite literal. And so do you feel like you're being the best Counter-Strike player you can be?
I'm trying to at least. It's not only for Counter-Strike, obviously. It's
of course.
Anyone who can see it, you're just giving hopes, kind of. Just say like, whatever you do, try to be the best you can be. So it can be for anything, actually. Anything you want to do, you can try to do it and be the best you can be at it.
100%, I think that's a fantastic message. But with regards to CS, you know, there have been times where people, we had the old meme, Kyo was the problem, etc. And I think you've gone on to definitely prove that was wrong. And so, kind of like, how did you go about doing that and showing everyone that you could be the best you possible?
I mean, we're gonna say it's really hard. It's like a work on yourself, kinda. It's like, whatever I do, I'm trying to be positive. Even if I'm like usually a really negative person, that's obviously why I have this, and I'm trying to be like more positive and try to look forward the future all the time. So yeah, that's kind of it.
I think a lot of people have quite high hopes for you guys at this event. Are you guys feeling as prepared as you can be, or as you could have been?
Yeah, we've had a lot of practice within the team. It's not like before Katowice we had like 1 day. Now we had like 1.5 months off before ECS and ESL. So we have a lot of stuff prepared for the major. So.
And Kia, what about you?
I think we prepared as much as we could. It's like we did the most as we could do with everyone. Everyone worked really hard, so we tried to be the best as we could for this tournament. So yeah.
I like that. Still living by the tattoo, even as a team. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure to talk. Definitely got some cool pieces on both of you. We tried to get Arlu in as well, guys, but he ran away. He escaped us. Maybe we'll get him in another time. But guys, Rain, thank you so much. Kyo, thank you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, we'll get things underway as SK play Immortals Brazilians going head-to-head. Wouldn't mind some barbecue right now, Henry.
That's true. We'll see whether we can sort you out later on, perhaps. But for
Starving.
now, we have to cast a game, and quite a good one at that. The Brazilian derby, as you said, is going to be the 2-1 game, and we're seeing if SK Gaming can make the playoffs, or indeed can Immortals. Whoever loses this does not go home. They go into round number 5, where there are some quite big names already waiting there in the doldrums. We'll see what happens here. The match is finally beginning. We apologise for the delay. The custom resolution has been fixed. It's bolts, who's all locked and loaded, ready to go. We'll have a look at the pistol buyout. It's going to be Immortals starting on the T side here, indeed. 4 sets of armor for them. Henny presumably buys a nade or 2. He doesn't. 5 sets of armor on the T side of overpass. That's very rare. That suggests Wolfpack formation, maybe just a straight up rush B, rush middle, something he's saying at the 5-man unit. You don't really have enough to really go for a full default and make your way to the side. You need to do something explosive and very fast. What's the play here?
What is the play? Bolts. Well, this custom resolution heads toward Fallen at the park. Shots fired, backs off. That's when Lucas strikes out from the bottom stairwell. Lots of bullets, but I don't know where they went. Less accurate than DJ at the shooting range. For the USP, does spot as they cross over outside of the bathrooms and then actually goes around and puts himself inside of them as Phelps comes out to slow them, to thwart them, and this could give them the opportunity potentially for Fur to strike, but for 4-on-4 the rotations go back and bombs rejoining into the equation from T-stairs.
This is the problem I had with this strategy. No nades now. They surely get that first pick. Now it's a 4-on-4, but how do they actually get to a bomb site now? 1 minute comes in, but they've got decoys ready to work with, so they can't smoke towards A and fake out potentially. They can't really go through monster cleanly. The USP's going to have the range on them now. So they do go towards B. Through T spawn. Bolts. He holds up in the connector, watching for any rotation. So he has to be the pivotal player at this point, I would say. He can find 2 who go hunting through that position. Maybe they've got a chance. But I do favour SK quite dramatically into this one. They do make it through monster cleanly, but now here comes the real play. Can they find Taco? Not yet.
Shot KNG, Cold still in the sight though, pops up, steal down, 30 seconds, bomb dropped. And Phelps and Fur will come to the aid as well to make SK take a 1-0 lead. You thought this should be a walk in the park for them. I won't write anything off, but it's certainly the right start.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of that from Immortals. Every single team usually buys at least 1 smoke, flashbangs, 5 sets of armor. It's only viable on maps, not so much in this one. Unless you get a rush, either straight up B or fast middle, I think that was an idea. They got the opening pick as well, but you can see they were very limited on options. About the smoke to kind of get closer to the CTs, managing to surprise them almost and push through the smoke and have that Glock power, then that's an idea, but just walking through towards B, see, that was actually very comfortable indeed in the end for SK. And he gave away 2 kills. We go into a force buy situation, a bomb indeed not planted. Round number 2 with Tech 9s, Desert Eagles, and a CZ for Henny. They have a couple of flashbangs to work with. Not feeling too confident about this round. We'll see what they can do. A couple of Famases for SK. They usually go for 5 SMGs. I guess it's map dependent. Fur and Phelps with the rifles here. 1 kid available. It's in the back of Cold Zero. A decent headshot to Fallen. He's having a rough time in these initial rounds.
Certainly is. Down to 4 HP and into the corner. Steel should be able to find him on the Tech 9. Lucas does it instead. Same weaponry. Same result, different players. Steel on 24 HP himself as they get into the site as Lucas find another kill, but Fur re-enters from long. Thankfully just in time to stop the bomb from getting in perhaps a position where it could have been planted. KNG surprises Fur by rotating back through the bathrooms after he thought he was cleared and safe. And it may favor them, and it's just slightly slower as KNG picks up a gun. And a 1 versus 2. I thought the spray was going to do it, but Taco manages to win.
Yep. Bit of a hairy round there for SK Gaming generally. Immortals doing some decent damage, but no bomb plant means there will be a fully kick out to number 3 there. Fallen, once again, as you said, struggling to really get rolling in this game so far. It's only been 2 rounds, but those things have been shut down pretty dramatically. And before KNG coming from wrong with that Desert Eagle, could have caused a bit more damage. He found Fur, fully blind, but couldn't find the follow-up kill. Round number 3 now. PT-50s, 2 of those, and Glocks. Nothing really invested into this round. Maybe this is just a rush B, something like that. Just try and get that bomb down. We haven't had it planted as of yet. Scout Fallen towards middle, watching that fountain position. And looks like we have got Immortals concentrating towards the underpass. Fel will be waiting for them there. UMP in hand, perfect weapon against unarmored opponents, and Fallen hits the shot. Finally takes down KNG 250 HP. Ooh, the nade. Doing a lot as well. I assume that's from Fur.
I think you're right. Phelps, meanwhile, down below as 2 players that he'll easily take down with the MP9. Lucas gets another shot on the pistol, so they are getting some kills. Remember, it went down to a 1 versus 2 in the second round.
Yeah.
So it could be, if all goes well for SK, I guess is where I'm going with this, is if they keep everyone alive in those rounds 2 and 3, they'll have 2 gun rounds to work with. If they force out reinvestment enough, you only really need 1 round to break them. KNG walks up and finds Fur just staring at no man's land, but still can't land it with a Glock to get the kill.
98 damage done, but not quite enough to find the kill. 3-0 for SK Gaming. Immortals without a single bomb plant there means that AWP is not an option. Could have got a glass cannon out. That'd have been for Lucas though, and he had to throw it over to his teammate and have no armor himself. It's not really an option. 5 AKs sounds a lot more promising for them. Round number 4. Or for Fallen, dropped by a teammate, I believe. We'll see what happens with him. He had the frags just yet, but very good on overpass. One of the best. Yesterday had a difficult game, I have to say. Inferno against Big. He didn't frag for the first 10 rounds, I don't think. So we'll see if he can find a performance here today. Towards the bathroom, smoked out for now. Goes towards long. Back to by Ferb. It's a very default round here from the Immortal side. Bolt's holding towards B, and then it's holding right at the T steps as well. Looking towards the connector. Is Steal. Ferb. He is now set up at the long position. He's been baited in by Fallen. Have a look at him. You see he's behind the rock. Just getting positioned by Fallen, who's behind him. And then as soon as Fer hits footsteps, he can come out, try and bait him in, fire off some shots, and we'll see whether KNG takes the bait. He isn't going to be committing just yet. They are very slow and patient so far, Immortals.
For behind the rock. Patient indeed. KNG and Lucas are looking like they might go that direction, although I say KNG heads back over to Henny instead. Someone surely will peek. Lucas on his own. Doesn't quite go far enough to see. We'll see the head as it pops up, and now it's dead for whack-a-mole almost in that.
Yeah.
Head just shows for a second and gets battered in.
I was hoping Fallen would be more present where with Fer and take that first shot, and then Fer surprises them, but he's actually focusing towards the bathrooms area. It's a little bit strange considering that setup, as I described, could have worked perfectly, but Fallen not there to back him up. 5 and 4 now for Immortals. That slow disciplined game may play working out for them. They're going to commit towards the B side with the bomb, it looks like. Showing presence towards A and trying to keep Fallen on this side of the map. It's up to Taco ready to defend the B site as the bomb makes its way through Monster Tunnel.
On the way into the site for Steel. Bolt's having Taco down. More space to work with. Watch the push. Cold's got to back away because Monster's open. Bolt's does end up getting him, but not before he finds frags. Only just the one, but it's enough. And Fallen sneaking in from behind. Lucas was looking the direction, but the AWP spots the shoulder first. It's the right time to go for the slow peek. Watch for Bolt. Sewage drain. Let's look into the sandbag position, hits some shots on Fallen, and then relocates. And then relocating, he's brought Steel back into the play. That's the round they have to save. Yep, that's AWP for Fallen that's going to be needed.
Yeah, nice work there from Immortals. Very slow round, I have to say. I was expecting a fast-paced sort of game plan from them, but holding up until about the 40-second mark. They find that first pick along, 5 and 4. Don't give too much away at that stage as well. Let the CT side skew over that prospect, and they walk towards the B side as well. Trade effectively. Deny Fallen any sort of grasp on the game there, just smoking him out, taking his teammate down. He has to stay towards A, but his teammates battle at the B bomb site. It's up to Taco, who tucked himself in towards the corner position at the B site. We needed him to get at least one frag. Flashbang took him out of the equation. There it is, 3-1. Immortals managing to keep 2 players alive there, but Fallen saves the AWP. Round number 5, they'll force around that. Taco M4 helps down to the UMP, but still a reasonable buy here. We've got Taco with the defuse kit as well. Take round for either side. If we can, SK pick this up, ultimately resets Immortals, but if they lose this one, Immortals probably tie things up because SK will also be down to an eco.
Look underneath of the smoke from the AWP. That is a lovely bird noise. Sounds like a baby pterodactyl.
Boost is quite nice as well above that smoke. Aggressive position. I don't think he gets that much done from it, but that's actually quite nice. I have to say, Fallen stuck in no man's land now. He needs to be very careful here. They won't go for the refrag just yet, so he does have a chance to fall back, but he's got players encroaching on his position behind him. It's Lucas. Does he take him down? Still there to back him up. Fallen gets the shot, but this could be the double frag. Lucas trying to pull it off. I'm sure he gets it at this point. There it is. Equals things up. 3 on 3. Good job by Lucas. Great flank.
Decent flank indeed. Very good work. Could find Immortals. A second round in a row, unless Phelps can do something of it. He may! Oh, Henny. He does get a shot off, but it's not close enough, and Phelps just gets back around the corner. But Lucas is still hot on his heels. Jump again, go back forward. Bomb is down, so Lucas has to grab that at some point in time. But all of this transpiring gives room to his teammate, Bolts, to get into the site. And their backs are turned. Bolts is perfect. He's going to funnel him back to the bathrooms. Lucas is on 5. He's got to go aggressive. Phelps is able to win out the duel. Death by 1,000 paper cuts almost by the time that happened.
It's not the prettiest Counter-Strike, but it is working for SK at this point. Bolts, though, finds the 4th kill. It's now a 1v1. Taco versus Bolts. Time ticking away, though. Has the bomb. 8 seconds remaining. He has to go for this plant. Taco knows it as well, trying to delay him as much as he possibly can. Plant comes in. Does he fake it? He does. Taco knows it. Stay alive. He's done enough. Great work by Taco. Denies the money as well. Bolts will be taking nothing into the next round. That was a tight clutch. You could see you need 4 seconds on the clock to actually plant the bomb right. Bolts is aware of that, of course. Goes to the plant here. 2 options there. Try and hope that Taco's faking him out, or he's going to be rushing him down. He feels like it's the last one, which it is. But Taco doesn't have to stay alive there until the 1 second mark. It comes in, and you can see Bolts should have absolutely no money whatsoever. So yeah, $100. He gets a deagle. That's about it from the 2 kills he got in the previous rounds. Probably had $100 left over from the investment into that round. He got 2 kills, $600. Has enough for a deagle. That's all he can bring to the table. Exciting round though, Matt.
Very exciting. Steel pushes in through the short tunnel with the Tech 9. It's Fur that's actually getting aggressive from the CT side. MP9 in hand again. KNG seems to be ready for it.
Is that Fur? Yeah, of course it is.
Is that Fur? It certainly is very aggressive.
He loves those plays that just when they're not required as well. Like your money's tight. You've had lots of 1v1s. You've got that MP9. He loves to push into those really crazy choke points, and you can see the teaser ready for it as well. Henny, he chimes in with the 2nd frag. This could fall apart. Bolts with opportunity now. Does damage. Can't find the frag just yet. Lots of chaotic Counter-Strike being played in the last few rounds. 4-1 in favour of SK, but the man advantage lies with Immortals for now. Taco 53 HP as well. 1 minute remaining.
Spray from Cold through the wooden wall goes towards Squeaky. Lucas is going to go for a straight contact play, but he's already spotted. It doesn't matter because Taco, low on HP, goes down. It's just Cold and Fallen. It might work for Immortals to pull this back. And you're right, it's not necessary for Fur to make those plays. Misread the fact that they didn't or wouldn't have weapons, and a Galil catches him off. Now it's Fallen and Cold that have to pull it off.
Yeah, nice little combo on paper. They have got a kid as well. It's up to coldzera with the rifle to try and make this happen. Doing damage as the fake defuse comes in as well. Immortals will take the bait, but they've spotted the bomb. There's no player on it. They've bought themselves some time here. coldzera needs to find all 3 kills here at short. I don't think it's going to happen. Overlooks the fact that someone's a sandbags. Now Fallen with the MP9. Run and gun. Finds 2. Could actually do this. A full defuse comes in. Gets off the bomb. And he's taken the bait. And he can't quite find the final shot. Fallen. Great attempt there. Knew where the last player was, but can't find the final damage. That was another.
The pre-fire as well. That would have been amazing if he hits the last shot.
Absolutely. Touch and go for both sides there, but it's Immortals that come out just about on top there. And you have to say, Fur, he loves the MP9. Sure, he's very good at that weapon, but he keeps pushing into it. And Matt, we've got a force buy situation once again. No one's pulling any punches at this point.
That's the other problem with Fur doing that with the MP9. He misreads the economy, and now it's cost them far more than just the 1 round because they've got no money left over, and they're on to scouts, UMPs, and CZ75s to try and capitalize Lucas from range with an MP7. Will kill Fallen quite quickly. KNG takes down Fur. Penny and Steel combine to take out Phelps. coldzera with 1 quick kill in return so far in the UMP, but at some point you have to say he can't do it all alone.
Not really much SK can do with this. They found 1 frag. Compliment of coldzera that, but 4 on 2. Taco, he's around the city spawn area, but let's see whether he can find anything from this. Immortals not giving anything away, sticking together, making sure there's refrag potential. You can see KNG at the front line, waiting to go on the A side, but wait for his teammates as well. That's the smart thing to do.
Smoke lands in the sight. Taco catches KNG off as he jumped over. Had no idea he was that close. 44 seconds. They'll get to the site. Bomb enters in from long in the hands of Lucas, who gets the kill in the process. coldzera is found by Henny. Cold count up to 6. It's Phelps that leads the way on 9, tied with that of Lucas on the other side.
That's a big round for Immortals to pick up, though. They negate the force buy of SK Gaming, meaning they have to take an eco here. 4-3. Very likely to be 4-4 soon. We've got a game on our hands here, Matt. as you can see, the Counter-Strike in terms of how efficient it is being played and all the kind of how disciplined the executions are coming in, it's not really happening. It's all down to these brawls and force buys and sloppy clutch situations, but that's what we've expected with these derbies, especially in the Brazilian ones. We'll see what happens as we enter round number 8 here. A couple of CZs, USPs, nothing really to write home about. I doubt they'll even pick up more than one frag here, but G and Co do have full control of connect to this stage. Now fall back to the bathrooms. SMG's can do a lot of damage against these unarmored opponents as the first. Phelps goes down to the headshot. Thanks to KNG.
The double boost. Have to hug the corner because you slide around, as you can see.
Yeah, still
Cold's doing. Still do indeed have full accuracy, but no one's going to walk out from Squeaky. They were there. Stack's not going to amount to anything. They're going to walk to a clean and open A site. I'll leave it to pursue beyond that. You'll get some frag money or just give away an AK. Fallen says, thank you very much for the donation. That's quite charitable of you. I'll take that. KNG might find Cold. Slips in behind and actually spots the rest of them. Leaving B. Good shot from Fur. And with Cold still that close by, he's able to potentially grab the SMG whether or not he wants it. It's another story.
Done some damage here with the pistols, but they cannot win the round. They managed to pick up an AK-47. Fallen wheels that at the moment, but the bomb will be going off in favour of Immortals. CZ's doing considerable damage, but they've only managed to recover a Mac 10 with that. That's pretty useless into the next round, if I'm being honest. On the CT side especially, you don't even really want that. Coldzera can find a kill with that now, get $600, that'd be something. If they use it into round number 9, I'll be very surprised, but there it is. 4-4, we do tie things up. Immortals turning up, it seems. After going 3-0 down, they've had the majority of the success. And they're going around there. Have a look at the buys right now. Surely the Mac 10 gets thrown away, which indeed it does. They adjust with no AWP. Fallen's on 5 kills, 5 deaths. It's been up and down this one, I have to say. A couple of good performances and one really bad one, a 6 out in mind of that big game. This one doesn't seem great so far. Number 9 still keeps his MP7. I haven't seen much in terms of the fast set pieces from Immortals yet, which we've come to expect from them. Very slow, methodical Counter-Strike, which is good to see. And he's looking for the jump shot. He hits it as well. Coldzera down to 43 HP.
Clips the edge of the wall. Yeah, you can see the bullet hole. He didn't get him clean. If he had, it would have been an instant kill. KNG goes back out to check the same position. I don't think Cold will do that again.
No, definitely not.
So toward the water, KNG will wait. Sort of get right-esque in that you can hear a lot from inside of the B site in that position. Get a read on the defense, potentially. Smoke lands, but a flash goes out. KNG's still forward of it, and he's thinking about going for contact.
Yeah, well, they're going to go in towards B eventually. Done damage to players of the CT side. They still got their smokes and Molotovs as well. Like I said, we really haven't seen any full executions here. It's been quite chaotic, but the flashbangs coming in, Molotov deployed as well. It's the Bolt to find the entry frag, can't do it just yet as he gets blind.
Steal, though, immediately off of Bolts' play. Is able to take down Taco after he engaged, and then disengaged to hide. He couldn't get away. Cold finds 2 in return. Phelps, better angle, watch, and sees KNG going above his teammate and saves Cold's life by leaving him on 13. Phelps will find it to hold it. It's Taco, or excuse me, Henny and Lucas. 1 kill onto Phelps. With 18 seconds, an AWP and a 1 versus 3 and 5 HP for Henny to work with. Very unlikely he'll pick up the round. In fact, they're tagged Fallen looking to let him plant the bomb as Fallen gets information for pushes.
Oh, Immortals there. Have a slow round. Final player was towards the B bomb site. The flashes, the Molotovs, the smoke's being deployed as well. There's Bolts to lead the charge with the bomb on his back as well. Went for that initial shot, but the flashbangs eluded him, couldn't get it. MP7 actually found the first kill of the barrel's position, but Coldzera, amazing form this tournament, manages to hit the first shot, gets a couple of frags, stays alive as well, and buys time for his teammates to rotate in. Came down to that. Any 5 HP player trying to clutch it out. Almost an impossible task. So Immortals, after these close rounds, back and forth gameplay. It's SK with the lead for now, 5-4. They're down to just a partial buy. Got first stage loss bonus, some money for the next round. With $1,900 coming in, they should be fine. But for now, Deagle's Tech 9s. Some armor to work with as well. Let's try and work the picks, stay together. Try and build up a snowball effect. He's get 1 kill, pick up a rifle, get a bomb down potentially. There's always a chance. Very skilled players on the Immortals side.
Fallen. Doesn't quite pick up The first shot, but follows up on bolts immediately after. He's so good for the park sign, and he's going to show us exactly why. As it's all the Fs that will get Immortals. It's Fur, Phelps, and Fallen. You could say they F'd them up, Henry.
You could say that, if you were that way inclined. 6-4, 2 in a row for SK. Starting to build up a lead now and establishing their financial situation as well. Immortals, not so much. They've got a good level for bolts. There's 4 AKs as well. Henny of no nades whatsoever. They have $3,700 to play with. No bomb in the last 2 rounds. Fallen starting to hit some shots now. Potentially getting warmed up. We'll find out as we get deeper into this first half. It's round number 11. 6-4 overall scoreline. I want to see faster spawn-based stuff from Immortals. That's what I've come to love and respect them for. Like they're not scared to take duels and to stick together and pick a part of the map and see if they can crack things open with their raw aim, which they're so good at.
Raw aim for Fallen's AWP.
Bolts has the
Be
first interaction.
so careful though, Fallen. So careful because his teammate that's protecting him just got flashed off. He's relying therefore on Fur to get back in position. Still gets the shot. Lucas will wall him down as he wants back inside of the bathroom. There's nowhere else he could have gone with the AWP. Temporarily drops the bomb, and Taco will drop bolts. He's going through. Fur's been tagged. Lucas is down to 66. You can get your kicks on Route 66.
It was Taco that found Bolts, who was lurking towards B. Just as his teammates managed to show presence at the A side, Bolts tried to walk in through Monster, but denied. Taco with the AK-47, happy to take the duel. Manages to bring it into a 5 or 4-on-3 situation as Henny now makes his way towards the B side. No nades, remember. Has to try and use that Aurora in a reference earlier. We'll see if he can find his first kill, trying to open things up for his teammates.
And he does spot the player in default denial. Lucas gets the shot on the Fur, but Cold steps back up. Only for one thus far, making it a double as he takes KNG's head off, and SK take a 7-4 lead. The Cold count hits 10.
It's getting there. It's getting warmed up. No money once again for Immortals. Only got third state loss bonus, meaning $2,400 per player. Slow pace gameplay once again. Immortals sending one player towards B. Bolts, who I have to say is known to try and do those plays towards short. He tries to walk into the site. This time he tries along. His teammates ready in bathrooms. If he gets one kill, that's great. They can probably go back and say, well, he's got control of the site. If he doesn't, they're trying to hope that he holds rotations at least or does some damage while they make their way towards the A side. He didn't really do much. He walked through Monster Tunnel. Taco took him down. They tried to commit, but with no nades really. We said Henny just had the AK and armor that round. Walks out along, gets discovered, and Coldzera starting to hit some tremendous shots now. Pretty much fully geared for Immortals. No armor, but some upgraded pistols coming in. That's about it. PT-50, 3 of those. 1 Deagle and a Tech 9. Group up, walking to the A site. Hope he can catch a CT player out of position, but Phelps, ready and waiting, finds the first headshot.
Phelps with a good shot on Lucas. At range, pistol's not getting close enough to capitalize from there. Oh, immediately assassinate 2 more, and a quick round. They've doubled up on Immortals, considering it was close for a moment. It's now 8-4. AWP still in the hands for Fallen. I'll leave that with him, naturally, but not pick up a second. There's no need to invest when they've got the M4s and AKs carried over.
To note as well, Phelps, he's having a pretty big performance here. 17 kills, 8 deaths. Player haven't discussed much depth this tournament. Hasn't had one of the amazing performances just yet, but this is certainly getting that. Very good stuff. That's what the name on site. Number 13. KNG on the AWP this time, Matt. You just say Henny traditionally is the main AWP, but very inconsistent, I would say. Like, sometimes has some really quiet games, and so far only has 4 kills, 9 deaths. I think KNG feeling a little more confident. I do love this boost from the SK towards Connector. That can be very impressive. Does some damage towards Bolt set, sends him packing on 30 HP. They will fall back. Dropping a smoke just to give them an exit strategy. So 5-5 for now. KNG brought into this team to replace F&X, losing their best player. You thought that would be the end of Immortals, but this is the first time they qualify for a major, and it's with the new player, so say what you will about that. He is primarily an AWP, I think, traditionally, but had to slot into this team as a secondary one.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. KNG will work his way straight into the B site. Taco just had gone back in behind the barrels, and he'll get pushed out by Molotovs, in which they'll all land behind Coldzera as well. He's got to get off the ramp, sprays in. Careful not to run out of ammunition. Steel, good shot on Phelps. This one looks like it's all Immortals. It's only a 3 versus 3, but they've got the control that they need. And not only that, Henny's found Fur on rotation through the underpass. Cold just barely misses a shot towards Steel. Good flash, but somehow he stays alive and gets away. How does he do that with a double flash, the timing in between? He'll stay inside of the pit as well to give his teammate Fallen a chance, and Fallen has gone for a big flank, which they're going to think is clear because Henny's already killed one in the underpass, so easy shot to Bolts. And Henny now realizes the mistake they've made. Molotov out, Cold takes down Henny.
How good is coldzera at Counter-Strike? Just when you think there's no chance he can pull this situation off, they're going to smother him. He's only got 6 bullets or something in the magazine. He's low HP, and he gets blind as well. All those variables working against him, and somehow gets that shot. Steel knew exactly where he was, and he nails the shot. And coldzera, like you said, great performance there, but Fallen with the flank. That's amazing. That's like such perfect timing. They had no idea he was coming to that position. Kills the first player. It was up to the remaining Immortals. Clutch. Was it Steel at the end there? I think it was. Towards short. And
indeed, yep.
Molotov down. Not really much he could do there. 2 players to find. Had the challenge. Try and get 1 kill in his favour. But shut down. 9-4 comes in. 5 rounds in a row now for SK. Maximum loss bonus, of course, for Immortals. Can still buy here. They'll take a quick pause.
It was actually, excuse me, I think it was Henny that was the last.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah, because he was the one that killed Fur in the rotation.
Yeah. That's not really much that remaining player could do. But coldzera, what a performance. Once again, so blind, comes out of it. Headshot, of course.
Instantly blind again.
Yeah. Sick stuff. He said 5 rounds in a row. Round number 14. No orb this time. And he did that much done with the previous round. Down to the AKs once more. Single orb set up this time. Phelps doing some serious work in the connector. Damage inflicted, finds the first kill as well. Gets out of there. Fur, aggressive, of course, wants to get a kill in return. Even though they have the man advantage, everyone knows he's pushed his position. Surely KNG gets it. There it is. He doesn't need to do these pushes. They've got the advantage, right? It's done.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no
They're
need.
just waiting for him to do it.
Especially where Phelps has already gone aggressive. Yeah, you're right. Fallen does get KNG back. Good find on Taco. Shuffled out of position, and now not only have they killed off Fur, but it's given them back an advantage. They lost the first gun round essentially because of a push in the, or rather the one after the first gun round, I should say, round 4, because of a push with the MP9.
Same position as well.
Yep, and it's down to just 2 inside the smoke. Phelps is waiting and hoping he can capitalize on the fact that they won't spot him. Bomb goes down, but he gets traded back immediately by Bolts. Fallen knows the bomb has gone down on the site, but the shelf actually blocked him from seeing where Bolts picked it up from.
No way. Thought he gets that. Can't deny the plan just yet.
Tries to jump up to see the site, knows Bolts is behind the bags. Bait him out, but Henny shows up instead.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing from further. We kind of made a point of it during the round, but when you get the 5-on-4s, you don't want to be making heroic plays like that. Sure, if you get the kill, it seems fine, but if he does go down, you can see KNG just waiting for it as well. This holding the most like frustrating angle, knowing that the tendencies of Fur suggest he likes to go for the push even when they have those advantages, and there's no way Fur's ever going to get that frag. It's such an awkward angle. Takes him down, back towards B, trade out. Fallen got the kill in return, to be fair, but great job by Henny and co to win the round in the end. 9-5, they pull one back. See what it means to them. Great job. Round number 15 now, double orb setup. Fallen goes towards middle, doesn't get nothing for it just yet, but flashed off, reface, KNG takes him down.
Takes him down with convincing fashion as well on the AK, but it works out better. Phelps and Fur from inside of the stairwell at mid. Paul Lucas and KNG immediately back out of the round.
This time with the advantage, falling back. Didn't want to overcommit to that one. 4-on-3. Terra's trying to find an opening towards the A side. Knowing there's 2 players there, they're going to have some time to actually potentially get the bomb down here, but rotating in. coldzera somehow survives that interaction, but not for long. Henny takes him down. Bomb should be planted at Optimus at this stage. It will indeed. Henny doing what he can. Slightly delayed, but still watching for any players pushing for that smoke.
Versus 3. Bomb continues to tick in great positioning for Steel. Good find from Phelps, though, to get Bolts down. And at the same time, his teammate was lost, so it's just Steel remaining. He should catch off 1. Doesn't even do that. Kneecaps for Fur, and he just gives himself up sacrificially. It's round 15. No need for money. Just get the numbers on the board, and they will. They'll find number 10.
10-5 is the final scoreline at halftime there. Good job from SK Gaming. It was looking a little bit dodgy for them at the mid stages there. They're up 4-1 and 3 gun rounds in a row for Immortals. Actually looked quite calm and disciplined. I'm not used to saying that about the Immortals side. I was expecting a very fast-paced, flamboyant style counter-strike coming in and just using the spawns, quick executions, and trying to bully their way into bomb sites that they normally do, but they changed things up. They're actually going very slow, very default, and waiting for mistakes to be made. And in these sort of derbies, when you're trying to show your dominancy and show you're the better, more skilled player, like Fur's trying to do and get in their faces, wait for mistakes to be made, then you capitalize, and they're doing a very good job of shutting that down, but only posting 5 rounds. Lose this pistol, that could be 13-5 very quickly. So this, I would say this is must win for Immortals at this stage. Just joining us, this is the 2-1 game right now. Winner does go to the playoffs. Lose up, goes to round number 5 at 2-2. So SK Gaming, definitely the favourites here, but Immortals looking to fight back. We'll have a look at the setups for now. All 5 players are from the SK side towards the B side of the map. Old Zera watching towards the water area, seeing if anyone pushes out a connector. And they'll make their way to the B side. It's open for now, CT's rotating in.
Phelps all the way in. Glock, aggressive. Try and push back the CTs. Good shot on KNG. Not the first target he was looking for, but it's bolts. Custom resolution. Call the institution. He's got 2 with the USP, and he's looking downward to find Fur as well. It's only coldzera that remains. Bomb's not planted. 1:07, but good luck getting that bomb from where it lies. It is coldzera. We cannot discount him, as Lucas will eventually tell us that we can. Says otherwise as we go 10-6.
We do. It was looking quite promising for SK there. Very simple contact play towards the B site. Molotov as they went in as well. Found that opening kill, but very fast rotation. That's a good thing about the CD side of this map. The FRA to be very quickly, and Immortals coming in. Bolt especially said the custom resolution paying off, it seems, hitting tremendous shots there with the USP, sticking together. No smoke towards heaven. That's normally the way I like to go to the B side. Smoke towards heaven, and then Molotov the entrance, so you can actually eradicate at least one of those risks. Got too many angles to look at otherwise, and the cities have such a range advantage with the silenced USPs. They are going to be force buying this second round. SK always so deadly in these ones. Because of this round sort of dropping off in this major, I haven't seen much success in the second round forced by the Tech 9s. I'm sure the stat is on that, but it feels like, at least the games we've casted, it's not been as prolific as it once was.
Certainly not. KNG. Sandbags will spot at least a player. Backs off, and rightly so, as they start to walk in from Monster. Gets caught with an aid, timing off, goes down, and Steel that's next inside of the site has to step out, goes down as well. It's all going the way of SK until Henny and Lucas chime in together. Fallen goes inside of the board, smoke on the window, he knows he's safe. And by wrapping around on the inside of the plywood, no one from Sandbags also now smoked off. Could get the kill to deny as Taco with the M4 picked up, takes out Bolts trying to slip in to do so. It's all down to Henny. And Henny is gone. Taco with the kill, 11 for SK.
3 kills for Taco, and as quickly as that, you win the pistol, and the lead can be snatched away from you. Immortals, that's what they needed. They needed that pistol, needed that 3-0 conversion though. The pistol's somehow getting the better of them there. They try to get aggressive towards short to try and find the first pick, but Taco waiting for them. And we say, normally with those Tech 9s, you need the snowball effect. You don't have much to work with in terms of grenades, but if you get a kill, that goes to a rifle. Get a bit more map control. Bomb down, get the second, and then it can all just lead up to the CTs getting overwhelmed and able to retake with their lack of weaponry as well. Number 18, the force buy, of course, from Immortals. They need equal luck here with the Eagles CZ57s heading on the scout as they head towards playground here. Bonds with the 5-7 along, and this is a very good place to be if you're the terrorist side. Not so good for Fallen, it seems. He gets his head blown off by Henny. Lucas down to 20 HP, and that's coldzera taking his weapon and running away. The reason it's so good for long is the fact that you have the rifles, you have the range advantage. They presumably just have pistols, you can overwhelm them. They can't really decide to challenge you at that point, but they've got a scout, that's a different story. And he's a very capable sniper. Finds the first pick in favor of Immortals.
They're all stacked in B.
Yeah, that's quite cool, doesn't it?
It's not bad, as long as it works.
Flash in.
Fallen already down as well, so they go. Molotov actually not a flash. Oh, we thought he had the kill, looked away too soon. Thankfully, Fur is there and follows up, takes down KNG as well. Lucas on 20 HP has the deagle. Knows that they're going to be going in for the bomb plant. He could be perfectly positioned. He's gotten Taco down, goes back out, and Cole falls to the same victim. It's 11-7 as Immortals respond and take back the control.
Good lord. And the 4 spies are delivering on either side. The Desert Eagle there with 20 HP as well. The smoke they deploy actually helps them out. Helps them get closer to the bomb site. We have a timeout coming in here. Here's the final play. Catches out Taco as well. I didn't think he'd get this kill considering his HP, but coldzera walks into his crosshair. That's huge. You can see what it means to them. War cries coming out from Lucas and Henny. So a pause comes in. 11-7 for SK Gaming. Bomb did not go down, but they have 2 players that can bring out AKs and armor. The others have to be Galil's pistols, and wouldn't be the best of buys, but if you're going to reset Immortals, now would be the time to do it. I'd say the lead, and it being a best of 1, probably not worth it. Maybe just take a little partial buy here, look to the future, but if they did win this round and they did force into it, there'd be pressure applied to Immortals. Like, who's going to break the serve at this point? Who's going to give in? SK wondering what they should do. AK's out. It's happening. We're going in.
This is big. I mean, we said SK would not have an easy time with Immortals, but this could make it a lot harder if this does not work. So AKs are out. 2 of them. 1 for Phelps, 1 for Cold.
Yeah, so Fallen dropped the AK. He has no armor now. He just has the PT-50. He's relying on his superstar player, the #1 player in the world, to step up and find those kills. See if he can do it. coldzera up against Immortals here, going towards middle.
You say #1 player in the world, but in this game, by the way, Phelps is leaps and bounds ahead. 24 frags for him.
He's also got the AK as well, so 2 of the hardest hitting players on the server right now. Let's see what they can do with it.
Lucas and Steel, crossfire established with the AK that can be aggressive and peek. The UMP that will be baited in. Taco in to bathrooms. Bolts waiting inside of the smoke as it dissolves. It's spotted. See from the Deagle as he walks away, though, thinking he's clear. There's nowhere to trade. Inside of the bathroom is where he was expecting. It's outside of the door that Phelps will get him. So one of the AKs working already. That's 25 for Phelps. Fallen is dinked and damaged. That no armor. I shouldn't say dinked. In fact, it just hit, taking him down to 17. KNG denial spot as Henny jumps for the information, and KNG gets back out. Phelps knows that he's in the corner, but backs off. They have Cold down. As Lucas gets the shot on the AK, that's the second hired hand. Phelps is still looking good. 3 kills, but this ends it. This ends the round for sure. As Steel will slip in undetected. Fallen looks back and realizes it. He's missed the shots. He's waiting for Phelps to show up. 4 kills now as he gets up with the AK to try and go against Lucas. Bombs down 15 seconds on the stairwell.
Phelps has been an absolute masterclass so far on Overpass. He needs to get his bomb down, though. Lucas knows it, can actually wall bang him if he wants to. Bomb will be planted, but Lucas looking for the round victory instead of denying that. Phelps could have got the 1-tap there. Is it going to happen? The ace clutch.
Backs off, jumping in, gives a chance for the shot, but he can't land it. Lucas gets it instead. An ace clutch with a 4 spy would have been miraculous, but now it goes 11-8 and money is gone.
The thing is, though, they get the bomb down, they find 4 kills. They could force this again, Matt. That could happen.
Actually a good point.
Yeah. If they wanted to just get back into this game straight away, could do it. So Phelps could definitely buy an AK. They could get Tech 9's ammo. I doubt it will happen, but it's certainly an option. We'll see what they decide to do. It's 11-8. Immortals finally convert 2 rounds in a row. We're going to see something purchased here. I'm not sure if the AK comes out. I'm starting to see Tech 9's and CZs come to life, but Phelps, what a game he's having. 28 kills, 13 deaths after 19 rounds. That's kind of nuts. That's like almost godlike. If he wins that round, God, it could have been an absolute monstrous performance, but still. Tech 9s, PT-50s, and CZs. They do not force into this round. They keep themselves about $1,000 per player, but they have a chance to win these ones. Couple of smokes to work with, flashbangs and molotovs as well. 11-8, Immortals slowly but surely are closing the gap here. It will be a B-sided attack. Wait for that smoke to subside. And they'll make their play. Probably smoking heaven, smoking the bomb side, flash over, but look at the setup and the CTs. Steel and KNG, very close range. Close and personal.
And they go. Phelps and Taco have the opening. Lucas isn't sure which way to look. He's still watching sandbags and realizes, I've got to back off. I've got to get a better angle. And as he takes the time to fire in, it buys so much space for Fur to wrap around with the Tech 9. Smoke in as well. Henny is limited. SK might just get a break.
How have they managed to pull that one off? The CTs are ready for that. There's no flashbang either. They bust through the smoke and find that first Tech 9 kill and a second as well. Lucas gets 1 kill in return, but I don't think they can win this. They probably just have to save straight up. But Henny, he says no, he wants to give it a go. Takes down Taco, now there's a chance. Furlough HP, it's up to Henny. He pulls out the USB as well. Bolts, he can't find the kill, but Henny does. Time ticking away. 2 versus 1, going for that full defuse. There's a smoke down as well. This could work. Surely not. He gets the frag. Comes down to Fallen now. The old master not taking the bait. It's a full defuse once again.
He's got it. Oh, SK Fallen just steals it. I thought he had it.
Less than a second. No way. Oh my god, these rounds are intense. It seemed like Bolts had done enough. Surely you stick the bomb after it comes down to that less than half a second. Fallen pushes through at the perfect timing. An internal clock in his head, setting 1, 2, 3. Push through. 1 second there, and Bolts so close to winning that round. My god.
That's...
Yeah, look, that was...
Oh my
god. Why did he get off it?
I don't think he did.
He did not?
He did set his aim, but he never let go because he realized he only had about a second left, so it was worth waiting for the accuracy, but his aim definitely moved. The E key was never released. Like, that's so close.
He times it with like a quarter of a second to get through and find the kill. If that, to find 12-8. That's so sick from Fallen.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that they even got into that round to begin with, and then it comes that close.
Yeah, the retake from Henny and Bolts might cost them there. It's a force by return, Matt.
Well,
It's never ending.
You said with the 4 kills and the bomb down, they could force it to break. Well, they bought pistols, and they get the break anyway, which means their economy's gotten a huge boost.
Yeah, they got the orbs out, AKs, 1 M4 for Cold Zera, CZs and Deagles though. This is my make or break for Immortals. Lose this round, that's a double eco territory. And it'll be 13-8, almost likely to be 14. Any of the scout towards long, hit some great shots before, but it's first kill for Immortals once again, surely not the double. Close, but no cigar, falling down to 22 HP.
Far inside of the bathrooms has Henny to deal with, and the fact that he has the most upgraded weapon, if you will. They'll hear the scout shot. Taco gets steal at B. That may encourage the bomb to go back that direction. Watch the player inside beside Monster. Good fight from KNG. Lucas is the player I was getting to mention, but had a moment to mention the other kill first, and Taco gets him but loses a lot of HP, so it's not necessarily done. KNG with full armor, a smoke as well, has picked up an AK-47 that would quickly mow down anyone on the SK side, and Henny with the scout is in 1 shot range. Oh, misstep. I think he wanted to go all the way around and actually fell into the pit because he climbs back up the mound. Good shot from Fallen onto KNG. He's still in tight. Scout can't do it. Fallen with 2 on the AWP.
The 2 headshots as well. That's pretty sick from Fallen. And as we said, Immortals, that was sort of make or break them. They have to eco this round as well. It's 13-8. SK in touching distance now, making the playoffs. Certainly been an exciting game. The scoreboard at the top doesn't really tell the full story of how tense this has been. That's such a sick shot from Fallen. How has he managed to pull that one off? Going wild, it seems, in the closing stages. But yes, full eco has to come in for Immortals now. 1 round away after this one. The playoff point, just default pistols across the board. Bolts gets a PG-50, that's about all they have to work with. Brings out the MAC-10 for the same reason we described in the first half. Throw himself into the bomb site. He loves going aggressive by himself. A chance to do it now as he walks towards short. And Phelps, though, gifted more frags. He must be the birdie bomb by now. He is indeed. That's his 30th frag. Wow. Nothing to get too excited about, though. As we do find 4 kills for SK. Just Steel hiding in the corner there. Hoping to get a frag. He's coming on 7 kills, 19 deaths. Not the best game for him.
He has a cheeky look on his face that I think, as we go from one player with glasses to the other, I think says what this game could have been. This 14-8, okay, yeah, the score is definitely favorable for SK now, but this, with the 2 force buys, could have been completely the opposite.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially the eco win, the rush to B.
Yeah, who would have thought? Last chance saloon now for Immortals. 3rd stage loss bonus. Gives them $2,400. Had to take the full eco in the previous round, which gives them this. No kits. Last cannon open KNG. Henny's lost his confidence altogether, it seems, Matt. He has not really had the impressive performance of the AWP like we used to, and that's the problem. He has got KNG to fall back onto. 2 smokes, now 1, 3 flashbangs. Very difficult round. It's unlikely Immortals can do anything with this. They need to be actively hunting for frags here. Can't just sit back and allow executions to come in. I can see CT's moving. That's towards short. Lucas and Steel trying to get something done. They cannot just sit on the bomb site. They have to find an opening frag here, then fall back.
Well, they're going for it. Lucas gets to water.
Nice setup. I like this. I'm watching short tunnel, one of the connector.
Can easily switch off of each other as well.
Yeah. Make a footsteps. Free kill for Bolts.
Easy peasy. Oh, not quite. Phelps. Good response. Yeah, very quick. You'd expect Bolts to get both.
4 and 4. CT's still struggling. Damage done to Phelps, but they've opened the door and made noise. Phelps is aware of it, or is he? Surely don't face the orb. That's crazy. He wants more and more kills. 32 in total now, 15 deaths. He's having such monster performance.
M4 or AK, I suppose, now for Phelps. Back toward the A site. He quickly puts himself in a position to throw the smoke required. Lands back toward the dumpster. Actually, his lands on truck, excuse me. So KNG actually has a small opening until now. The smoke lands late. His vision gone. Bomb going toward default. KNG's going to get aggressive on the AWP. Steel's giving him room. Get around the corner, but not finding the quick accuracy on the AWP. Henny will find the accuracy on the M4, but Cold shuts him down immediately after, and Phelps, still from the bathrooms, has to hold it off on his own. They did not know Lucas was walking in from long. Phelps is going to go around. He's going to try and fake this out. He's going to try and play them.
No kits, so they need to find him. They're going to be desperately hunting him here. Phelps coming all the way and can now hear the bomb if it's defused. They've gone to tap it. They're not committing just yet.
The call must have been made. There's no kits because he's not panicked at all. They're on it now. 10 seconds. They have to hold it. Smart play from Phelps. An incredible game from him so far. He's up to 34 kills. This is the smartest I've seen him ever play with SK.
Yeah, that's so well played. The standard play in that sort of situation is you've got that default plan down, you sit in the bathrooms, you try and dodge and weave around, get one kill, see what you can do. Obviously he's where the money's low, but you're going to guess they have at least one kill, but they don't. He goes all the way towards long, doesn't get baited out of the fact that fake defuse comes in, holds his nerve, and you can see them panicking at that point. Immortals is firing off shots, pre-firing everything, can't get anything going. He sprays them both down, and that's just a masterclass. This game has been from Phelps in general. 34 kills, that's just godlike. Number 24, they have to force by here, Immortals. Playoff point for SK. Shotguns, pharmacists, UMPs, and a scout. Surely this isn't the buy that keeps them alive here.
Mag 7 for Bolts. KNG and Steel are again going to push into the water position and try and take advantage of it. Fallen's watching me. Make sure they won't go too far, to get too comfortable.
Little misframed flash there on my screen. Not a big deal though, it's all fine. SK know the money to be broken, so this is the way you want to be playing. I can't see one player all the way to the end. That's fur. Again, aggressive, loves them. You can hear the footsteps all around. It spots one, and he has no idea. Easy kill. Makes a bit of a meal of it, but does get the kill eventually. Smokes off spawn. He'll call for his teammates at this stage. That could be the kill that wins in the game. He's got the A site completely under control here, but the Seeds want to make sure they see the reactions coming in. With an open site like this, they're expecting pushes from connector like this, and Bolts' shotgun. It's not ideal. Somehow does so much damage here. KNG chiming in as well.
They're scared to push him because they know what happens as soon as they get close to the shotgun.
Leave him.
They will. They put a Molotov down. KNG, meanwhile, does get Cold Zero. Fur falling as well inside of the site means they no longer have control, and KNG goes out toward long.
Yeah, they're tagged up as well. KNG and Bolts bleeding out.
Had to take that fight. Fallen eventually against the shotgun. Lucas goes down the shotgun, still around the corner. Shotgun, perfect position. Bolts can't land both. And thankfully, Taco gets the kill in return. It's only Steel, but Steel might do exactly that with the round, because Bomb's down 5 seconds unless the kill comes in for Phelps right now, which Steel does not need to face. It's over. Phelps is challenging. Doesn't matter. Immortals had already picked up the round.
How do they win that one then? That's bizarre. The shotguns, the scouts, the pharmacists, the UMPs. Somehow it's enough. With Ferg getting the opening frag as well, you'd think when he's calling the sights open, they just commit fully and just get in there, but they wanted to take the jewels. They were playing disciplined, but maybe overthinking it slightly. Ferg be desperately calling, saying, just get away, I've smoked it off, there's nothing here at all. They were just challenging that connector position though, maybe challenge a bit too much, just fall back, get on the site. They still have enough to buy into this one. Immortals still struggling, he'll take 6 rounds in a row now. Round number 25 comes in. Still a lot of work to do here on the Immortals side. More available. CT's or T's. Another default round as their skate is set up. Jumps towards that connector, Fallen and Playground with the bomb.
Phelps. Let's get into the underpass. Works with Fur. Two aggressive players will go hunting. Happy hunting indeed. 15-9. Bolts is just in front of the site near bathrooms. Smoke down, he'll get a little more aggressive and try and get in the corner. Tough position to play, but has the M4, and in fact he wants to go aggressive. There's no one to play off of at this point in time, so it's a risk inside of the smoke. But if they push in, or if that smoke dissolves, he's in a very good position to take advantage of it. Phelps catches him though as the smoke dissolves. 36 for him as Fur continues to watch if there'll be any pushback from that.
You could get a 40 bomb in regulation there. Could happen. Well, for now, 5-4 situation. They will fully commit towards the A site. CTs with nothing really to hold them off. Incendiary, UMPs and an AK. They make their final ascent to the bomb site. 20 seconds remaining. The Molotovs are decent.
And he missed his. And he missed his Molotov to long. It's the only problem. Molotovs are great from the T side, that is, but he couldn't deny them on the way through. He's on 23, and I think he knows exactly what that means in the context. He's waiting for the rotation in. KNG will take the charge. He's got more HP. Another miss, KNG. He bumped into something trying to jump up, so the flash doesn't go over. Steel does get a kill, but they're losing too many men. They're losing too many rounds. 16, in fact, as SK make it back into the playoffs, and Immortals will go into the draw to play again in round 5.
So it's 16-9, Matt, but it feels like it's a much closer game. So many clutches, so many force buys, a lot of passion, a lot of clumsy CS, but that's what happens in these derbies, I think. Always. It's never a traditional game. It's difficult to get rolling and play really beautiful CS, and so much talent on the server as well. That's what we've come to expect of these two teams. Really entertaining to watch. High-octane CS at its best, I think.
And respect between these two teams for obvious reasons.
Yeah, of course.
Fallen will definitely be rooting for them to still make it through to the playoffs, but he'll be first and foremost glad their job's done. They can go back to the hotel, rest tomorrow, and get ready for the quarterfinals on Friday. Whoever they should play.
Indeed. Yeah, they looked very frustrated, didn't they, yesterday? Again, after the defeat of Big, rightly so. It was a game they expected to win. They wanted that clean 3-0 sweep of the group stages, but still, making it to the playoffs, job done. It's not goodbye from Immortals for anyone just joining us, for example. It's now them at 2-2. They go through and we'll play more tonight. So, Matt, we have 3 more games, and a draw will be done momentarily to work out which 3 games will be there. It's going to be quite exciting. This is the most exciting part of the group stage, of course. This is where it's do or die time for everyone involved. And we'll see who's going to be the final few teams to make it to the playoffs.
Well, that's the thing. The final few teams, I'm just bringing it up again just so I don't make a blunder of it saying it. But Gambit, Big, SK, North, Astralis, and now SK are all through. There's 3 more spots on the line. So it's tough. This is going to be a brawl, an absolute brawl, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to sit, watch it all. And before we do that, though, let's go back over to the desk because they've got lots more to say about it.
Yep, they certainly have. Thanks very much for your continued brilliant commentary over the last few days and from the last 3 matches. That is Henry G and Senekis who are done for today. Of course, DDK and James will be in for the next 3, where we move on to the final matches in the group stage. Let's just wrap up on this one, though. The former double champions are safely through to the playoffs, as expected. Didn't have it all their own way, though, but there was a certain man stepping up with a fabulous new record as well. Or rather, he equalled the world record at a major for the most amount of kills in a game. Phelps with a 37 bomb. That's an incredible performance by him. Let's find out with Fifth Lauren and Natu what they made of the game. Natu, we'll start with you. It's a professional performance by SK. They've made it through to the playoffs, just exactly what we expected them to do.
Yeah, in a tough match, obviously. I mean, it's always like Matt was saying there towards the end, or Henry, it wasn't really super pretty at times, but at the same time, still kudos to them. It started off with SK coming on top on the pistol round. They converted in the first 2, and then you could see how Immortals really was taking their time in a lot of the early rounds. Once they try to work towards the A-long and middle and toilets, they really respected the potential of Fur and Fallen really being super aggressive towards that part of the map, and then actually won some rounds towards the B bomb site once again after taking map control. So that was really, again, what they were going for the most part. What I really didn't like was in some of the executes they were going towards B, they just didn't make it too uncomfortable for the CTs. They were having too much room. In other words, not enough Molotovs, the flashes were not on point, so players like coldzera had way too much time and room to be able to get multi-kills before Immortals even got the bomb down.
Yeah, we saw that as well. You actually saw Immortals with the same tendency they had yesterday versus Navi, with trying to go mid early game, and then it didn't really work out. And then they kept most of the focus towards the B bomb side, and then Coldzera is there, and this is a person we were saying like we want to avoid him at all costs, right? Like keep on going A, just avoid Coldzera. But I'm not saying he had a bad game. He definitely did not have a bad game. But when you have one of the main rotators in Phelps having one of the games of his lives, then you can't really do that much. Even if you go to A-bomb side, Phelps is going to be there, and you hit B, Phelps is also going to be there. But you can definitely see the difference in playstyle both SK and Immortals have, just in terms of, like Henry was saying as well, it wasn't pretty, and that's what you got when Immortals tried to execute. Throwing the smokes down, not really necessarily waiting for the smoke side, so they kept on running bomb sites when the smoke wasn't even out. You end up losing that entry there. Then the bomb doesn't really go down on time, and then all of a sudden you have the massive rotate and even flank from Fur. Just keep on pushing up that middle, like almost every single round, just flank them again and again. Hence why Immortals only got the 5 rounds.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, Phelps has had a fabulous game with 37. Is there an element of I know how these players play because I've played with them so long?
It applies to all of them, obviously. You know, they've lived close to each other.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they live anymore, but they used to at least. And they play with one another. And obviously, Phelps having been on the team even more so, it adds a little bit of an extra spice, you could say. Definitely, you're going to be that extra little bit more motivated playing the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely when you got 37 in a map,
helps.
Yeah, I guess it helps.
Does. Well, let's find out from the captain and the in-game leader, because Fallen joins us now from the player out. Well done, Fallen. First objective for the major is complete. You've made the quarterfinals.
Hello, everyone. Yes, when you go for tournaments, it's always very difficult to get out of group stage, and we are one of the teams that are very consistent on doing that. So every time we do it, we are proud of it already. So looking forward for the playoffs now. It's a whole different tournament. Goes for the BO3s now. You can pick maps that the other team doesn't play too much, so it's a very different story.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get a day off tomorrow to rest and think about what you're going to do. How difficult is it playing Immortals? You know, same country, many of you have played together in the past, and you know each other really well. Is it more difficult, or is it easier?
I think you have a little bit of extra spicy thing in the air because you're playing some guys that are very close to you. And of course, you never want to lose for them. Even if you love them, we're always together and always grouping up in whatever tournament. You just don't want to lose to them. And I think it's the same for them. They don't want to lose for us. So it's very interesting. And about their gameplay, I think it's very difficult to play Immortals because the way they play, you can't really read too much what they're doing because it's based too much on their individual skills sometimes. And this map, I don't think it was the best example for that, but on other encounters we had, I think it's very interesting to play them. It's very different from playing other teams, so it's always difficult to play Immortals.
Yeah, absolutely. Natu and Fifth Lamina here, I know they've got questions for you as well.
Yeah, I was going to just ask, because I have experience of playing, domestic battles. How hard is it for you to prepare, going down? I know you do a preparation a lot, so how does it work for you in this kind of games? Because I know you can easily out-mind game yourself. You're overthinking things and your opponent at the same time. They can be thinking, if we do one little thing that makes them think we're doing this, if you know what I mean, right? So how does it work for you?
Yeah, so basically for this matchup, we knew it would be overpass or cobblestone, and we actually knew that if we didn't veto nuke, we could force one of those maps, but they would have the option to play nuke. With, I personally think they wouldn't, but I don't want to try it on the major again, so we didn't go for it, and we were actually pretty okay on playing overpass and cobblestone as well, so we didn't have to do it. And about the gameplay itself, I have a good idea on what they will do on overpass because they played twice on this tournament, right? So when they're playing a tournament, it's very difficult to change entirely your game because you just use it in a very important matchup against other teams. So when you are able to watch those games, you have an idea on what they're going to do. But as it is Immortals, I think it's very difficult to read them because I don't know if knowing them, I don't know if what they did was planned or not. So I kind of think, are they going to do this again? I don't know. But we had some specific execute on B for their setup. They like to play very passive on B. Yeah. And we had some mollies there. We just created this strategy before the game because we knew that it could be useful against them, and I think it paid off because we won 2 rounds with that. Yeah,
it felt to me that sometimes, at least, that they were maybe having too much respect for you guys in the rounds that you won, with low buys, with half buys. You kind of want to give the room, but then again, felt like they gave you too much of it.
I think it's part because it's a major match. You're fighting to become a legend, and you don't want to be the guy on the server who is ruining the entire matchup, right? And even if they have a lot of good to do a lot of plays by themselves, I think they were a little bit of they're not trying too much to do those things that normally they try. And I think that hurt them a little bit because that's how they play, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think we had a great match. We won some important clutches. And I think Phelps was outstanding for us. He did an amazing job. He was almost covering up every single time they're trying to execute something. Phelps were there to get some kills. Because Zero and Taco were pretty solid on B. I had a very shit game, but that happens.
It's a win.
No comment? Fifth Laren?
No, I actually have a question about yesterday's game. Normally, I actually think of SK being one of the best teams when it comes to vetoes, and I just wanted to know the thought process about going into that game versus Big, right? Yeah, you both played Inferno twice, but the way that I'm going to call it the NIP syndrome, because that's exactly what happened for ESL 1, where they ended up playing Cash 3 times in a row, right? Whereas, like, considering, and I know that you guys are really strong on 5 or 6 maps, what was the thought process in letting them go with Inferno?
We would like to know if they would jump. That's why we got Inferno. I'm kidding. We decided to go for Inferno because we could play a lot of other maps. I think they have a pretty good Cash. We have played some practice against them. So Cash was a map we didn't want to play. Nuke was a map that both teams doesn't play as well. And it was, personally, we thought that our Inferno could be better than them. And we tried to use the same process we did against Immortals. They played twice. We can check what they're doing. We can check how they play. And we had a pretty good idea on what they would do in Inferno. And being honest, we should have won that match. I personally didn't have a good match. There's some crucial moments where I failed that would make a lot of difference. I can mention, for example, the round where we're winning an eco 3v2. And I didn't help Fur died. Then I shouldn't have done anything. Just wait for Taco. And then I died. And then Taco lost the 2v1. So that was my fault. And then there was another round when we were 4v3. We were almost close to winning the game. And then I killed the guy on B. Instead of just running with Code Zero to kill the other one, which was Legla, I tried to smoke CT, Code Zero tried to molly side, and then he gets 2 kills, and then they get back into the game. So if it wasn't for those 2 rounds, I think we would have won Inferno. So it was interesting to play then. But on the other hand, I think it's a good question because they play Inferno very differently. They don't fight mid. They don't use their nades on the beginning of the rounds. So I think it was a good preparation to face teams that plays the same way, which normally you don't see teams playing that way. So we have a very different idea on how to play them again if it comes to that.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Just pass on our congratulations to the rest of the team as well on your quarterfinal, and also to Phelps because he's also equalled the world record at a major for one game without overtime of 37 kills. So congratulations to him as well. We'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for cheering. Thanks, Let's go for the playoffs. Thank you.
Congrats.
Always a pleasure to interview the big man. Fallen from SK Gaming, they have become legends once more. They were already legends anyway, regardless of the result of this particular game, but they've confirmed their legendary status in the quarterfinals as they move on at the PGL Major Krakow. We also will wrap up things on this particular round with Immortals and SK Gaming. Take a look at the scoreboard, dish out another MVP. I think we know where that one's going anyway, but nevertheless, let's just show it anyway.
I guess it's, I don't know, Phelps?
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe. You have to wait. You will have to wait for the screen. It's a surprise.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I'm psychic.
That's true. I can totally understand what Fallen was talking about, though. With
it's Phelps.
I can totally understand what Fallen was talking about for his own personal sake in terms of performance, but I also felt like it was a little bit too aggressive at certain points. He pushed a lot of mid on CT side, where normally he has Fur to help him out there, and. But by the time the Fur has rotated back, I feel like there might have been some miscommunication between that because Fallen tend to.
It's always hard when he admits stuff like that though, because he's very humble, but he's also very self-critical, and
definitely
it comes off the back of it. I remember there was a game where he got 28 kills or something. I said, "A great game, mate." And he was like, "Yeah, I missed this shot and I missed that shot and I threw this nade and then he did a team," and I was like. Christ, there's no pleasing him because he's another one of those perfectionist in-game leaders who wants everything to be perfect.
I think it's very cool the way he said, them playing against Beak, who played a very different city set from what they were used to. I can relate to that feeling of having practiced and thinking, the things we do are really, really good, but then the team plays very differently from everyone else. You go into a match, and then the learning process, you get to that, and how you can alter the way you play down the line. It's just, it's
kind of smart,
isn't it?
The
cool thing about this game, right?
Yeah.
It's so cool about this game is that how many different ways you can play, one game. Just slight little difference of how you like to hold a bomb side, it makes a massive difference.
Yeah, just when you think the meta's getting stale, boom, someone comes along and changes it all up.
Scott B, eh?
Yeah, well, not really.
Hey, look at it this way. I mean, now granted they were already favorites to make it to the playoffs, right? They might end up playing big here again in the playoffs, and with SK now playing Nuke, it's going to be Inferno again, right? So yeah, sure, it is like we played them as a trial during the groups. Yeah. That is a very risky thing to do, though. Like, you never know what happens.
But
right?
I think it's also smart in a way.
Definitely,
the learning side of it.
That's what I'm referring to, right? Because if it does so happen now that they're going to replay each other during playoffs, they're gonna be playing Inferno again, and now instead of just watching demos, because you get a very different view of just watching demos, like they like do this versus just actually playing, right? So yeah, I mean, this is only gonna benefit them in moving forward towards the finals.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to find out. We have a midday draw. Well, it's not really midday, but you know what I mean. Middle of the day draw, because we have our round 5 matches to come. So let's take a look at the final 3 games of the group stage. We get Fnatic taking on G2 Esports, and the one that we all spoke about in the green room and said, God, I hope Virtus.pro don't get Cloud9, has actually happened, and Flipside will take on Immortals. Remember, the winner of all of those 3 games fills the last 3 spots in the quarterfinals. 5 teams already there: Gambit, Big, Astralis, North, and SK Gaming. Which of those 3 will join? What a crazy set. Maybe in a way, when you look at those teams in the 2-2 bracket right now, it almost wouldn't matter who plays who, because they're all great teams, and it's sad to see any of them go.
Yeah, it is definitely. I mean, Cloud9, Virtus.pro, what a game. I mean, Cloud9 has been they've been playing great recently. Virtus.pro actually has shown some light in this tournament, and seemed like a team that, has been so close from making it in the last couple of games, right? So it would be a bummer to see them go out. But at the same time, I think most of us thought Cloud9 should be a part of getting through to the playoffs too. I think that's a very, very cool matchup.
The flip side against Immortals is kind of like the antithesis of both teams. Super organized, crazy guys. It's like, how does that work?
So this is the thing for me, like when you look at the 3 matches that you have here, I'm not saying that Flipside and Immortals are not good teams, but if you look at the other 2 games that we have coming up, it's just like, 33% chance could have potentially had, played against Flipside. I
don't know about that. I'm not so sure that they're a good team for others to play right now.
If I'm Fnatic, I'm actually quite happy to play against G2, mainly because the inconsistency they've shown throughout this major in the groups, right? So like, I'm very happy about that. But then as for VP and Cloud9, I feel like both of these 2 teams have been playing great. Hate to see it that one of them will not make the playoffs, right? But I think that's going to be one hell of a game. Whereas for Flipside, Immortals, I mean, just from what I've seen so far in the group stages, Immortals are heavy favorites for this matchup. They should make it to the playoffs. First major ever makes it to the playoffs, becoming legends. Hey, they'll take that.
Yeah, they will. That's job done. Thank you very much, Natu and Fifth Laren. We are headed to a break, but when we come back, we will be heading straight in to those final matches of the day. 3 more spots up for grabs. 6 teams left. Let's find out who goes to the quarterfinals.